Hello, this is Dr. Dan Yachter of Elevation Health and my patient Louise. And we're very excited about sharing her story, wonderful transformations and changes. And it's because she stepped up and took responsibility for her own health and really engaged. And because of that, we've seen some great changes. But I want to welcome you.
Thank you.
Onto the on camera here, and maybe share a little bit about, you've been under, I think you've been under care for probably maybe a few months.
A couple of months.
A couple of months
just
now?
over 2 months.
Okay.
I started in December. I actually came across Elevation Health through one of the crafts fairs in Longwood.
Fantastic.
And
that was our spinal screening team that met you.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Yeah.
And they showed me what was wrong, and I knew something was wrong. You know, I wouldn't classify myself as sick, but I would tell people all the time, I just don't feel normal. I don't feel like myself. And I could tell all the time that I was, getting more agitated. My patience was less. I was getting more and more depressed, although I'd try to keep my smile on because that's how people know me.
Sure.
At night, I'd lay down in bed and I would just say, God, if I have to feel like this again tomorrow, please let me just come home tonight. Wow. Honestly. And I didn't share my depression with anyone. But when I was out there, they showed me where they could see my spine was out of alignment. And it made sense to me, the information they shared. So I wanted to hear more. And so I pursued it. And I just have to say, my depression is gone. It is absolutely gone. I had a lot of problems with my digestive system. I was one of those people that every week I went to Walgreens and I picked up a bottle of magnesium citrate and I would use that because, if I went once during the week, that was saying I went a lot. So that changed almost within the first week. I found myself, I would eat, and within a couple of hours, my body had digested it, and things are moving as they should.
That's a very healthy thing, yes.
And my clarity, my focus, even my boss told me at work, he notices that my attention to detail, although it was always there, has even, increased, and that he noticed I was more patient than I had been in the last couple of months. And so I know people are noticing.
Sure.
I know that I feel different,
Sure.
and I feel not only has my health been elevated, but my life has been elevated.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. And how's the energy?
The energy.
Because I remember you mentioned something about that.
Yes, and sleeping. Oh, my sleep. I can sleep through the night now, and before, if I did wake up to go to the restroom, I would be up 2 or 3 hours. Now I can go, I get right back in the bed, I go right back to sleep. The energy, I have way more energy. Is it 100%? Not yet, but it's building every day, you know?
These are significant quality of life changes where, in terms of being regular, no depression, having energy, being able to sleep, being able to have better mental clarity, mental efficiency, where your attention to detail, you're more productive at work. These are significant changes, and just celebrate and rejoice with you. Anything else that you want to share? I do want to share one thing that I got excited about this morning that you told me about. Any other changes that you've noticed, or I think those are pretty big changes.
Actually, I haven't really started making complete changes in my diet, but I've made some slight changes. I've reduced the amount of sugar. I'm not eating any pasta or white foods, but I still have my coffee in the morning with my 2 spoons of sugar. I try to limit it to that every day, but barely just making those little changes, I've lost 10 pounds since the first of the year.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm real excited about that, and I know once I, make some more changes, I will definitely see even more come off because I'm, more energized. I can exercise, and not be tired afterwards. That's kind of frustrating when you go to exercise and then afterwards you're still tired.
Right.
You're like, you think that would build you up.
So now you have a great quality of life where your quality of life is significantly improved. You can live your life, you can do things you want to do, and this is good. But again, you're a work in progress. It's not a game of perfect, but you're making changes, you're moving in the right direction, and you're already seeing the fruits of your efforts in just a little over 8 weeks of being under care, and this is just absolutely wonderful.
I have to say though, my skin even, because I've taken your advice and do the half my body weight in ounces.
Right, just increasing your hydration level.
Just increasing that. My skin is more hydrated. I don't have the dry, flaky skin anymore, and that's exciting for me.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That is you haven't missed a visit. You're on, I mean, adjustments, absolutely, totally engaged. One of the things I wanted everybody to know about is that through your job, you work with people who are in different states and, you know, across bodies of water and so they ask you your job, and I'll actually let you tell because it is really cool.
Yeah, I sometimes have to travel for my job, and I was doing a training, had been scheduled to do a training class for a bank out in Hawaii, and when they told me I might be there up to 2 weeks, and I have a choice of going out there or doing a WebEx, the first thing I thought of was, I can't miss my adjustments for 2 weeks, and so I elected to do the WebEx sessions instead.
There you go. And I said I'll never question your commitment to chiropractic care ever again, and to your health and to your quality of life, and that is absolutely awesome. So a lot of fun learning about the changes, sharing that with others, encouraging others as well. I'm just so excited for you in terms of what's changed and also what's to come, because really the best is yet to come. And it's wonderful seeing you reclaim and regain your quality of life. And certainly the depression is a huge thing, because most people have never experienced that before. And you know, when you wake up in the morning, you have all these things that are going on, including depression on top of it. It's very difficult to go about and just to be functional. And these are wonderful changes. Anybody out there listening who's potentially struggling with these things, or maybe doesn't have these exact things, but is just desperate, looking for answers, searching, frustrated, lonely, they're scared, and maybe they're just every time they go to the doctor, they're given another medication prescription, they're told about surgeries, and they're not really giving options or solutions that they feel are going to help them. What would you say to encourage some of these people out there?
Well, what I would say is that you really have to think about what I've learned from you is, you know, the brain, the neck, the spinal cord, all of that is the first thing that's created when, you know, when life is engaged.
That's right.
But, and because of that, it makes sense that it talks to the rest of your body and keeps it functioning. So don't be afraid to look for other options. Don't be afraid to get engaged and take control of your health.
One of the things that is very exciting is that we're so early on in the care, you know, 8 or 9 weeks into the care, and so many wonderful things have happened. But you know, obviously, you know, you've told me how you feel about the care, where you've come from, and where you're going. You know, how does elevation health care, chiropractic care, all these things that you're doing now, how does that fit into your long-term vision for your life and your health?
Well, absolutely, I would say without a doubt. Since I've been coming, I feel the changes, and I have people tell me all the time they notice changes in me. And I will say, without a doubt, you will be my primary care physician for the rest of my life.
Fantastic, fantastic. Well,
absolutely.
You got me for life.
That little card that I use to swipe
yes.
in, okay, I tell people all the time, this is the most single important card in my life. I can lose my driver's license, I can lose my credit cards, those can be replaced, but this is my health.
That's awesome, that's awesome. Yeah. As always, thank you so much for watching. Pay forward this information, because this information will empower many people. It will equip others to feel that they finally truly can take control of their health, because the truth is that the body is designed to be well and healthy, and when it's not being interfered with and when it's given the right resources and knowledge and information, you can make right choices and decisions, and the body, when it's given what it needs, can actually be well. It is a possibility. So thank you so much for watching. Dr. Dan Yachter signing off with Louise, my patient here of Elevation Health. We'll be with you next time. God bless.